Step forward. I need you to put your hands where I can see them.
I'm standing in my own yard. What's the problem, officer?
We're looking for a suspect matching your description. I'm giving you a lawful command.
Matching my description? I'm out here in a bonnet and a t-shirt watering the lawn.
American female, medium build. That's enough.
That's not a description. That's a category. It doesn't justify stopping me on my own property.
You're being uncooperative. You need to follow
I don't have to
instructions.
follow unlawful instructions. Identify yourself. Tell me what probable cause you have to detain you.
As arrogance. He saw the questions as resistance. The more Victoria asked, the more convinced Jackson became that he had found his suspect. It was circular reasoning at its worst. Asking questions proved guilt, and guilt justified the questions, and around it went. But Victoria wasn't a suspect. She was a federal agent with top-level security clearance who spent her days analyzing threats to national security. She had access to information that could never see daylight. She had been vetted, investigated, background checked, and cleared at levels most people don't even know exist. She knew the law better than most police officers. She knew her rights, and she knew, within the first 30 seconds of this encounter, that this officer was violating them. Type "no way" in the comments if you think this officer was already wrong at this point. Victoria tried to de-escalate. She explained that she was a federal agent. She offered to show her credentials. She suggested the officer call a supervisor. She even offered to stay exactly where she was while Jackson verified her identity. Jackson refused everything. In the officer's mind, if Victoria was really a federal agent, she would have said so immediately. The fact that Victoria asked questions first meant she was lying. At least that's what Jackson told himself. The truth was simpler and uglier. Jackson had already decided who Victoria was before she ever opened her mouth. The description said black woman, and Victoria was a black woman, and in Jackson's mind that was enough. Everything Victoria said after that was just noise. Just a criminal trying to talk her way out of trouble. Jackson had seen it 100 times before, or so he thought. The argument lasted about 4 minutes. No voices were raised to screaming, but the tension was thick enough to cut. Victoria remained composed, but her voice had an edge to it. She wasn't afraid, she was angry. Angry that she had to justify her existence in her own yard. Angry that her credentials as a federal officer meant nothing to this person. Angry that no matter what she said, this officer had already made up his mind. Angry that she was being treated like a criminal while watering plants in a bonnet and house clothes. Then Jackson made the decision. He was going to arrest Victoria. Not because Victoria had committed a crime. Not because there was evidence of wrongdoing. But because Victoria had questioned his authority, and Jackson couldn't let that stand. In Jackson's mind, this was about respect, about control, about making sure people knew who was in charge. The body cam captured everything. Victoria slowly turned around. Her hands went behind her back. The metal cuffs were